tell you a story about what it means to be a good neighbor. There's this religious law expert, and he goes up and he asks Jesus, how do I gain eternal life? Jesus replies to the dude and tells the dude, what did Moses say? You know the law of Moses. What did he say? And the religious expert replies back to Jesus and tells him, love your Lord with all your heart, all your strength, all your soul, and mind, and love your neighbor like yourself. Correct. Now go do it is what Jesus said. But like always, the expert's trying to trip up Jesus. And so the expert says, but who's my neighbor? And Jesus starts dropping game on the dude, telling him a parable, a story. He says there's this Jewish man walking down the street from Jerusalem to Jericho. He ends up getting beat up. And I'm talking beat up, a good old-fashioned, passionate whooping, bro. He gets everything taken from him. I mean, shoes, clothes, hat, all of it, everything. Down to everything besides, the covering over his loins. A priest walks by, sees him laid out on the side of the road after being beat down. He does nothing. He crosses the road so he can avoid the situation. A few minutes later, a Levite, a temple worker, he comes walking down, sees the dude laid out on the side of the road, keeps moving. This dude is Jewish. So a Samaritan comes down the road, same way, but the Samaritan sees him. Sees that he's laid out, sees his wounds, sees him bleeding. So he stops. He gets out his oil, he gets out his wine from his bag off of the back of his donkey. He goes ahead and grabs all of that. He starts pouring it on the Jewish man's wounds that's laid out on the side of the road. Starts getting it, putting the oil on there, trying to heal up his wounds. Takes bandage and wraps him up. Picks him up off the side of the road. The Samaritan picks up the Jewish man off the side of the road and puts him on the back of his donkey. And as he puts him on the back of his donkey, he goes ahead and takes him into town and gets a room in the inn. And the Samaritan takes care of the Jewish man overnight. In the morning, the Samaritan gets up. He's got some business to go attend to and stuff like that. So he gets up, he goes to the front desk, he gives the front clerk 2 silver coins, says the man upstairs, take care of him. If he overextends his pay of what I paid or overextends his stay with what I paid, then I'll come back and pay that. Jesus looks up at the expert in the law and he goes, out of these 3 people, who was the real neighbor? Who was the real one? And the expert goes, the man who showed him mercy. Correct. Correct. And Jesus says, now you go do that. Now you go do that. 3 things you can take away from this little parable that Jesus tells this law expert. 1, 9 times out of 10, we don't realize that we're not loving the right way that we're supposed to. And it's too easy to justify why we're not doing it. Oh, they did this to me. Okay, all right. Yeah, that makes sense in today's society, right? Yeah, I get it. I understand it. That's how it works, right? But it's not always right. It's never right. See, what loving your neighbor means, and this is said multiple times. I mean, it starts in Leviticus, it goes down, I think it's in Romans 5, I think it's in James 2:8, and there's so many places where it talks about loving the neighbor. And what we fail to realize is loving the neighbor means meeting people with their needs. We've all seen it, bro. It doesn't mean cross over the street because the dude's standing on the corner with the sign trying to get $1 so he can walk across the street to go get a burger from McDonald's. It means help that man out. This is love. This is loving your neighbor. That's your neighbor standing on the corner. Loving your neighbor is the man up at the corner store at 4 o'clock in the morning when you're going to get your coffee. Bro, get him a cup of coffee. It's not going to hurt. Bro, you spend more on your pack of smokes and whatever else you're buying than you do a can of soda. Just get the man a drink. That's all he wants, bro. That's all he needs. Just hydrate, something to nourish his soul. Remember that your neighbor just isn't your family and your friends, the people you love, the dude that lives next to you. That's not your neighbor. Your neighbor's everyone. Your neighbor's every single one of these people, bro. All of these people deserve this love, and all of them can get this love from Jesus, right? That's the way we gotta look at it, bro. Everybody deserves this, bro. It's not about your titles or your cars, or what property you own, or this, that, and the third, bro. It's about being a good person. For example, in the parable, bro, Jewish men and Samaritans hated each other. They did not rock with each other, bro. And who picked up that Jewish man? A Samaritan. That's what being a neighbor is, bro. At that moment, that Samaritan didn't care this was a Jewish man. He felt it in his heart. What happened is wrong. These people left this dude laid out on the side of the road with all of this hurt and pain and wounds and so on and so forth. And nobody helped him. Not the priest, not the Levite. It was me who helped them. Sometimes you never know who you're saving just by giving a bottle of water to them. Sometimes you never know how much you're restoring compassion in somebody's brain about society. Oh, because we all have it. Society's dead, you know, and it's true. It's true. Society is kind of, they're hateful. They're mean, angry. And I get it. I understand it. But that's not who we're called to be. That's not what we're supposed to be. You are not of the world. You are just in it. Don't be of the world. You're just in it. Okay? We're not of this world. We have Christ with us. And Christ shows us love. Just like the Samaritan dude showed the Jewish guy love. That's what it means to love your neighbor.